I tell you what, I will, I have a pad of paper. If you guys want to write your email address, just know that it may be a week before I get to you, but I will leave it here. Becky, can I give this to you? If you want to put your email address down, then I can send out a mailing with this 3-page attachment, okay? Now understand, it's not legal advice. I'm literally just giving you my summary of the laws and when you should use them, etc. Somewhere's my pad of paper, and make sure I have an email address, and I will send you just my summary of the different things that you can do. And
is there any kind of like mediation or anything like that?
anybody here had a positive experience with mediation in Kansas?
Worthless.
Okay, we have one. We have one. In Kansas, I don't recommend mediation because it doesn't have any binding power, and then you waste your money. Yes. Yes.
Okay. We fought for our grandchildren. We won visitation, but parents won't comply, and the courts won't make them comply.
Right. So you're in family law court.
Yeah.
So you can bring them in for yet more contempt, which costs more money.
Yeah.
And I will say on the other end, courts have abused the contempt procedures. That's what was used on me, that I was in contempt. They brought in a sheriff's officer to arrest me, and I'm just like, you can't do that. You can't arrest people for not complying with that unless the child is in imminent danger. So this is where you stay on top of things and try to avoid going through family law court. Now, if you had a PFA, then you would have criminal contempt to go for. Ultimately, that is the only reason why we got Stephen Bodine and Miranda Miller in jail for Evan's murder, because before they found the body, we found, I don't know if you guys from Wichita, you remember Nola Folston. I walked into a PFA docket and she was up there as a temporary judge, and I was like, good God in heaven, this is my lucky day. And I'm like, Nola. And she said, oh my goodness, yes, sole custody to the father. And then she told the EMCU, officer detective was with us, go after aggravated parental alienation, or aggravated parental interference. That's what held them in jail. So PFA court is your friend. You get criminal contempt in that way. But I don't know what...
Like with me now, I'm working for a mental agency, and I work with kids in crisis. It's really very eye-opening, and I have found most of the time it's the parents that are the problem, not the children I have to take care of.
Right.
And I have contacted DCF so many times, and I get a letter back for checking into it, which I know is just
I know you're mandatory.
a letter that's been mailed out
Wait.
with no really merit to it.
You have to do so because you're probably mandatory reporting. I suggest you do that in writing because you want to protect yourself. Because the next thing we might see happen is retaliation against reporters. We may have already seen it happen. So make sure you put it in writing that you did that. Then call law enforcement, local law enforcement. Now, with a lot of these, if you're dealing with like Larned, you call them, they have their own police, so you can't get through. That's when you go through the district attorney's offices in those counties and say, you've got a child in here who needs care, and this child doesn't need the mental health care. This child's being incarcerated when it really is the parents. I've been successful in that once. There are different kinds of mediations. So there are mediations that are case management that can have binding agreements. But in general, if somebody says, hey, go to mediation, well, you're in the place where you're at because somebody doesn't want to stick to agreements.
With
So-
our mediation, our mediator was friends of our daughter.
Yeah. We have to remember, in Kansas, it is a small town, right?
Yeah.
Is this not? Well, in Kansas, it's a small town. So people know people. I would say most mediators I haven't had a problem with. It's just, I think it's a waste of money, and money is precious around here. Schools are our first line of defense. Well, what do you mean by allowed, Becky? Who's gonna say, no, don't tell me.
You know, the HIPAA law
Now, who are you?
prohibits
I'm Jeff Morgan.
any kind
Where
of
can you read?
mental health place or drug addiction place or dog
Mine is no case of child, it's just
And
as
FERPA,
I'm a firm believer in leaving messages.
yeah, FERPA also prevents them from giving any school record or school information. But what's to say you can't say, I am concerned about my grandkid?
Yeah, I've done that.
Schools know that they are the first line of defense right now. And I will tell you, school workers and doctors are still reporting. That's what, that's what these children's files are full of. Or school nurse reports and principal reports. If they're school age. If they're younger than that, then it's family who's reporting. Or the police. So, yeah, I would, like I said, you're the ones with the power, right? What are they going to say? No, you can't tell me? Well, you know you tried. I always tell people, what are they going to say? No? Okay, but you tried. And that's what we did with Evan. I said, you know what, we're going to have strategy A through strategy ZZ, and every day we're going to try something new. And we wore them out. Wore them out. There wasn't a single police officer, chief of police was involved by the end. Every judge I could get a hold of, and I made a record. So they're all accountable. Nobody can say they didn't know. And that's what you have to remember. All they can say is no. We don't want to hear it. Don't make them uncomfortable. Don't be rude. Just say, hey, I wanted you to know. Nothing wrong with that.
What if they take your grandchild out of state or somewhere, you don't know where they are?
Then you need to go to that state and pursue visitation. Try to stay out of the courts because they're a mess. Try to do it with your grandparent ways. You all know how to do this. Offer to come stay in the house so mom can go grocery shopping. Offer to come visit them, stay in a hotel down the street, but just to go to the kids' play. That's going to be a lot cheaper than hiring an attorney and trying to fight some interstate action. It's going to be a lot cheaper for you to just be present and observant. Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much.